Oh yeah, here we go. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the stream for being off for about 14 days. Hello! I am Titan the Great Dane, and welcome to my stream. Alright, so we're going to be doing things a little bit different compared to last time, but first off, hello, Red. I missed you too, man. Holy cow, I missed you. Well, I tried to be fairly active as I could in Twitter and whatnot, but wow, did I have some incredible computer problems going on. It was like the hard drive almost completely crashed, but didn't crash when I tried to stream on the 2nd November, and everything just went totally sideways. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So it was like a complete reset. But this was actually kind of good because I was able to go over 30 days of streaming every day and getting behind the science of it. And now I'm streaming besides to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, aka Meta. I'm also streaming onto Trovo and LinkedIn and other places as well too, thanks to Restream. So I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, so my big news is that you might have seen by the title is that I am hiring. I am hiring freelancers to work in Unreal Engine with me. So I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit here. There we go. So I'm not shouting. So yeah, so I'm still doing the 3D thing. I'm still doing the modeling thing. I'm still doing the animation thing and whatnot as well too. And Titan seems to be moving a little janky. Oh well, it's all part of the fun. And what we're going to be doing today is that I'm hiring on Upwork, which is like the premier place for freelancers that have a certain craft that they believe that they'll use on my projects. And what we're going to do is that we're actually going to go right to my live posting on Upwork right now, and we're going to review it. We're going to disassemble it, and then we're going to go over what some people have actually put in their cover letters. So for privacy's sake, I'm not going to reveal anybody's names. I've copy and pasted what they put in their cover letters to my job opening, and we're going to review some really great ones that I've shortlisted, and we're going to go over some that were less than stellar. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to find the right person or team that I feel comfortable working with to do a beginning project that they'll be paid for, and then to blossom from that and do other things in Unreal Engine and in Unity. So yeah, so this is actually pretty exciting. So let's head on over to my live job posting. Cool. So what's interesting about Upwork is that they don't actually list your company name. So I put it down as Titan the Great Dane. So everything is Titan the Great Dane. And everything in Unreal Engine and everything in Unity is now Titan the Great Dane. Cool. So I'm going to grab some water here. And yeah. So right now, it went live 4 days ago. And I have 13 active proposals. And I've been interviewing, I guess you could say, 9 of them, and some people have been shortlisted. So I'm going to do my very best not to show people's names or anything, and they don't show last names, but this is all about respect, and it's respecting the people that have taken the time to apply, and then to help narrow down these applicants, and also to, this is a still ongoing hiring process for me for these projects that to help narrow down where my head is at, what I'm looking for in someone to be an Unreal Engine environment creator. And this is creating environments indoors as well as outdoors. So yeah, so this is actually pretty exciting. So let's head over here to view job posting on Upwork. All right. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a full read through here. That's in the game development category in Upwork, and then we're going to break it apart. And then we're going to get in, and then I'll take a break. And then we're going to get into examples of great replies, and then not so great replies. But we're not going to reveal any names, we're not going to reveal any locations, but all the applicants are all worldwide. Like, I've had people from the United States, I've had people apply from Spain, I've had people apply from Russia, I've had people apply from in the United Kingdom, Germany, and South America. It is absolutely exciting. And what's also cool too is that with these applicants, a lot of them look like they can do the job. They have the know-how, they have the skills, and that's 50% of the battle. And then the other 50% is, this someone I want to work with? So yeah, so let me grab some more water here, and let's look into my live posting on Upwork. Right on. Okay, so job details. Renewed a day ago, which means just puts it on the top of the list. Worldwide applicant. There are 3 freelancers. My own skill set as a 3D animator of quadruped animals with facial animations limits my time to specifically crafting within this kingdom of these majestic creatures. Because of this, I am actively seeking someone or a team I can partner with who has the specific credentials and dependability to design, frame, and build out 3D comfortable environments on time that these creatures can ultimately call home within Unreal Engine. The kind of experience I'm envisioning ranges with a freelancer who can take direction, plan out their steps, and see the big picture at many different angles to make that vision a reality within Unreal Engine. This visually appealing atmosphere must be flexible in its settings, so this environment can be able to tell a story all on its own just by looking at it. Effective communication verbally and in written English is required, as well as being open to more than one interpretation, so if changes do arise, these changes can be made with tactfulness. Hello, Sutherland! And a hush puzzle look around. Titan has returned! Yes, he's been he's been on hiatus, and he got really busy, and now really quickly, especially when a computer went sideways on him, and now Titan is hiring freelancers to help with his projects. Moving along here. Okay, so the moods or feelings we are trying to achieve with the use of textures, meshes, and meshes are 3D models, materials, blueprints, lighting, exponential height fog, and post-process volume, which is unique to Unreal Engine, within this new Unreal Engine environment is of great importance. Okay, now, ultimately, we are looking for a freelancer or team that can deliver the entire Unreal environment package by using either Maya, Blender, or Cinema 4D to build indoor or outdoor environments and accompanying assets, as well as use already made textures and materials. No need to reinvent the wheel. Use blueprint classes to run the environment and allow for end user selections. Blueprint best practices. So please, for the love of all things, oh man, no crazy blueprint spaghetti. I'm going to show you the hiatus do too. Excellent. Yeah, and no crazy blueprint spaghetti. I'm going to show some examples of that. They also know the difference between actor, pawn, and character, and their best uses of an actor, pawn, and character in Unreal Engine. How to direct human emotions by setting the mood using directional, point, spot, rectangular, and skylights. Environmental optimization and expenditure of CPU, GPU resources, aka not this. not this crazy high. But of course I'm streaming and doing a whole bunch of different things at the same time too, so okay, we'll just minimize that. Alright, and yeah, and Unreal Engine Eye's use of Lumen and or emissive lighting in Unreal Engine 5 would be nice, but not required. And with this, Unreal Engine 5 is in open beta, so I'm okay with people using Unreal 4. That's cool, and Unreal 5 does have these new lighting signatures here called Lumen, and with incredible emissive lighting, but it's not required because a lot of my target market of people that will be using, you know, our projects are still using Unreal 4, and they're just dabbling in Unreal Engine 5. So not required, but it would be nice. Now, the goal of this Unreal Engine environment is for this environment's use in either a broadcast production, film, the Unreal Marketplace, or AAA game due to its close to realism in visual execution. Because look at Titan. He looks close to real, right? That's what we're going for. Okay. The output of this Unreal Engine environment is to be delivered as a .u project with all required build, config, content, etc. folders and files to be able to run completely and in its 100% entirety on an independent computer using Unreal Engine 4.26.2 or 4.27.1, and if you're using Lumen, early access Unreal Engine 5. Support documentation outlining environmental settings that can be adjusted from the world outliner, details, and world settings. I'm going to explain what that is as well too, because this might have had a little bit of confusion, but if you work in Unreal Engine a lot, you'll know exactly what these are, but I'm going to go over these anyway. Okay, now, support documentation that you have added will be submitted with this environment as an Adobe PDF file or Word document. In addition, if there is any other specific settings that Unreal Engine already includes that affects this environment, that should be noted that you may have changed from its default settings must also be included in your documentation. I am very excited to work with the right freelancer or team. Please include a personalized cover letter with an overview of design philosophy, examples of your previous portfolio work, and why working with me sounds interesting and exciting to you as well. And I put this right in the ad. 50% of the weight of my selection process will be on submitted, engaging, and delightful cover letters outlining your design philosophy, examples, and why you are the best fit. Excellent. So I've done a lot of different jobs throughout the years, and I've been managers of retail stores and that too, and I've done so many interviews, so I'm able to craft an actual listing that attracts the right people, and it looks like it is because I've had well, it's actually 13 active proposals, but I've had over 20, and then there's like those 7 I've put into archive, right? And we're gonna show why later on. So it's showing I'm interviewing 9. It's really 8, but I'm interviewing 9. I sent out 26 invites, like personalized invites to specific people in Upwork, and only 12 have not replied. Now, what's really cool is that let's go to jobs. So what's really cool is I have an Upwork talent specialist working with me right now, and this talent specialist is pretty excited. Oh, I got a new proposal after reading that. Nice. So I won't look at that because it's going to show their name. But this, I've had above average interest in my posting, and I'm pretty darn sure I know why, and I'm going to explain why I think that is. So view job posting, and the reason I'm clicking it that way so it doesn't reveal applicants. The reason is that I put a lot of focus on the applicant. I'm not focusing on just me. I did this. I'm focusing on what they can do right now in their current skill set that they can use to advance this project, right? So that is just huge for me. Cool. And some other neat little things too is that it's a featured job. So I paid money to Upwork to get this a featured job, so that helped with it too. When I was researching on Upwork what pay rates were, $1,000 was boom right in the dead middle. Like, I mean dead middle. But I'm gonna show something kind of interesting later that people have tried to do some pricing strategy with me, and that's interesting. And expert level, and where it says I'm willing to pay higher rates to the most experienced freelancers, which is true. and this was told through Upwork that for this kind of position, there's like basic, intermediate, expert. Just go straight to expert, because you're gonna actually attract people that that had little work on Upwork, but they have the actual talent to do it. And this will actually attract that type of person. Like, sure, let's go for it. And it has, and I'm going to show an example of that too. And this is ongoing. So after this project is done and paid, then there'll be additional projects if this is the type of person I want to work with. And this is something I've learned from Mr. Galen's, from actually it was my real first paying digital art project when I was doing those technical illustrations. Back then, he was paying me $15 an hour, but this is a fixed price gig right now. But back then, he was paying me $15 an hour to do technical illustrations of General Electric parts for Camco appliances like dishwashers, ranges, refrigerators, things like that. And his philosophy for working with like freelance contract talent is the fact that I'll pay you for what I'm giving you now, and then you submit the work within the guidelines I need. And if you're still someone I want to work with, then I'll give you another job. And then if this winds up after I'm working with you, this is not someone I can work with, then I'll say I'll still pay you for what we have here, but I won't look you up for another job. I won't request you. I won't call you up for anything in the future, right? So I think that's fantastic. And this is like right on the medium. Like it's absolutely for what Upwork is showing. Yeah. So you guys have any questions or comments or anything so far? All right. So moving along here. I'll give you a second to type if you're typing something. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, we're good. All right, so moving along here. I hate the phrase "moving forward." Please don't say "moving forward" to me. Just say "moving along" or something. It's kind of like pre-qualifying questions you can ask the applicant. Is that you can make a personalized question, or you can use like default ones. So I included one default and one personalized, and it says right here, you'll be asked to answer the following questions when submitting a proposal. Please include a website link to your portfolio. Of course, this is like an art gig. It is an art gig, right? Okay. And then, what challenges were overcome from your last project when creating that Unreal Asset environment? I want to know about something that you have done directly related to this job posting that you found challenging and how you overcame it. Right? So, yeah. So, I think this is a great pre-qualifier. And you should see some of the responses. I'm actually going to show you some of the responses, minus any names, for these guys here. And then skills and expertise. So skills, expertise, Unreal Engine, 3D modeling, 3D design, Blender, texture artist, material design, Autodesk Maya, Max and Cinema 4D, Lighting the Sphere, Pixelogic ZBrush, Autodesk 3ds Max, 3D rigging, Adobe Photoshop, let's call it Audio Photoshop, animated environment, video effects, weather effects, Unreal Engine Niagara. Okay, so Upwork wants you to put in zillions of skills and expertise. It just wants you to keep clicking. So I had like twice as many here as before I finalized it. But these are the ones that I'm more specifically inclined to be attracted to. Unreal Engine, 3D modeling, 3D design, atmosphere. Okay? So Unreal Engine, 3D modeling, 3D design, atmosphere. And then number 5 would be lighting design. Because with atmosphere, when looking at the context, it's this visually appealing atmosphere must be flexible in its settings, so this environment can be able to tell a story all on its own just by looking at it. Okay, so let's break this down. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar, or anybody's familiar with Devin Nash, but Devin Nash used to stream on Twitch, and he is the go-to guy for the business aspects of streaming. And one of the lovely things he does all the time is that he talks about something in the beginning and then he breaks it down to the simple. And he uses the most fantastic piece of software in the universe, which is the notepad. So we're gonna copy Devin Nash in its entirety, and then we're gonna see if we can put this somewhere where how much will it let me scroll up with that in the way? Okay, it'll let me scroll up quite a bit. Oh, I wonder if this lets me show something else. No. Okay. Oh, there is something too I want to show. Before I get into this, is that how the ad looks outside of Upwork? So I wonder if it'll let me do that. So I have this under this, and I think I have it under this one, so copy. So let's go to incognito. We are incognito. So let's see what the ad looks like again. I think it might show something that's interesting. Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right. So a little more about me here. Yeah, started on the 8th of November. All right, and it's not showing what I want it to show. Okay, hang on a second here. We're going to close that. Okay, we're gonna go to another window. This one is off screen. So I'm looking at some off screen here, so just bear with me, gang. My fellow titans. So, okay, let's go to, yeah, you can't see that. Okay, so we're into my jobs. Let's go into that. And, okay, view job post on a different screen. Yeah, it's not, okay. Alright, maybe if I click on the view posting over here. But do it. Oh yeah, okay, so, alright, I'm gonna drag this over here, because this is kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna drag this window over. Okay, yeah, it'll let me do it, good. Okay, so you saw that the posting, I put it like for $1,000. So the bid range, you as a freelancer, you can bid on the actual, in the proposal, how much you're willing to work for what I've outlined. And on the bid range, high is $1,000. I've had people ask for the full $1,000. The average range is $930.67. And then I had a bid for $5. On my posting, on this one here, someone bid $5. It sure got my attention, but we're gonna talk about that. And that's pretty whacked. And then give people a chance to understand why someone might have bid $5 to outbid the 1,000 to do this job in its entirety. Because from my understanding in Upwork, if I hire this person or team that bid this $5 bid, they're entitled to do what I need them to do for $5 through Upwork. Because it goes, the money goes into an escrow, and then there's milestones you can do and talk about as well too before they get their money. So I could break it up into five $1 milestones. So once they do this, they get $1. They do this, they get $1. Or, realistically, if they went for the $1,000, we broke it up into 5 points. So when they reach this milestone, like prototype, they get the first 200. And then the next step, and they reach that milestone and complete it, the next installment of that milestone, and so on, so on, so on. Okay, cool. So let's break this down. Yeah, so I don't know why it's only showing it on some screens and not. The service is new to me too. Okay. Okay. So Where's my notepad? Where's my notepad? Where'd you go? Where'd you go, little buddy? Ah, there you are. Okay. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, yeah, cool. Let me jump back and forth. Yeah, I can just do that. Okay, perfect. Okay, need to hire 3 freelancers. Cool. So, what we want with the 3 freelancers is that 3 freelancers, and I need them to do the entire project in its entirety. Cool. And they need to be able to communicate effectively. So, okay, so my spelling's atrocious. Cool, that's why we have spell check. Oh, wait till I show you some of these replies. But to be able to communicate effectively is that if they have a question, please ask it for real. And I fall victim to this as well. If there's something I'm unsure of, like, you know, like, do I just hold in my pride and make myself look more amazing than I am as the expert as I think I am, and not ask this question that might make me seem simple or simple-minded by asking it? No, I need to know. If there's something you're unclear about, and or something anywhere to do with any of these projects, you need to let me know, because I have more value to someone that asks these questions, relevant questions that to this project that I need to know to make sure that we don't have any problems later on. That's why we have milestones in that, so we can nip it in the bud. But this is so incredibly important. Yeah, so they need to be able to communicate effectively, either through Loom or, well, probably through Loom, or via email, right? Because emails can be a lot too. Yeah, and they need to be able to work on this project once awarded by me. Yeah, so what's kind of cool about Upwork is that you can actually see in people's profiles what they've completed and what they're currently working on, unless it's set as like private. So so some of the applicants, there's this one applicant that looked good and that I shortlisted, and they're currently working on 4 other projects. And so and you can actually click on those other projects and you can actually see just the basic outline of it too, eh? And if you feel that they might be a little like time intensive that they're working on right now, you can ask them about that. So, well, how much time are you putting in per week for this project? And they come back, well, I'm only putting like 10 hours a week. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, because I don't expect you to work on this 40 hours a week. You'll just burn right out, because that's the thing about artists too, is like even if you have like 7 to 10 hours a week working on something, there's enough of a gap in your thought processing, which works for me, that you could actually finish it on time if you break it up into smaller chunks, right? For yourself to do before the next milestone. So here, I'm gonna grab some more water. So yeah, so that's another thing too, is that I'm not hiring full-time. This work. In the future, if I'm still working with the same freelancer or the same group of people, it could eventually become full-time wages and full-time pay, based on output and how everything all works out too, right? So because this is really exciting, and I'm all the foundation from the beginning. It's all about building that solid foundation, building that what do they call it? Footings for houses and barns and things like that. You have the solid foundation in first, and then you build the solid foundation, right? Yeah. So cool. So yeah, this is the big thing. So 3 freelancers are able to complete the entire project in its entirety. They need to be able to communicate efficiently and effectively, and they need to be able to work on this project once awarded by me. Yeah, and then we could figure out timelines and that too. Timelines are like for this project, how short or how long do we need it to be? I know the overall scale, but I will tell the awarded freelancers what the overall timeline is, and then we could break up what they're currently doing now so that how they can fit me in, and then work from that. So overall, once this is awarded, I would probably think about 60 days, so 2 months. 1 month to, and there's going to be hurdles in the beginning anyway. Even near the end, there's going to be a hurdle. We feel each other out. It's like how it is working with me and how I work with you, because it's like a partnership, a meeting of the minds, and this is what I'm really focused on. Yeah. So we got that there. So that's the first line. We put a lot of effort into the first line. Need to hire 3 freelancers. All right, so here, my own skill set as a 3D animator of quadruped animals with facial expressions limits my time to specifically crafting within this kingdom of majestic creatures. So here you can already see that I have a high value on workmanship, quality, and effort put into what I do. And this is the only paragraph that talks about me, really. Yeah, except for the final one where I need to know why you want to work with me. But this is the only line I have about me. And what's even funny still is that you can actually view. Yeah, that's right. Here, I'm gonna put the other screen over. You can actually view other job postings, and then just reading some of these, it's like, what is going through their head? They're only looking for like a one-time shot employee, and it feels like they're going to treat them like an employee. Whereas I'm going to have my guys with respect, and I know they're freelancers, and I know their time is divided between me and other projects, but this is how we're going to get this done, right? So, but I believe in high value on workmanship, quality, and effort I put into what I do. And that's it about me. Everything else is about the freelancer. Okay, so because of this, I'm actively seeking someone or a team that can partner with who has specific credentials and dependability to design, frame, and build out 3D comfortable environments on time that these creatures can ultimately call home within Unreal Engine. So the creatures I'm making will have a home to call their own within Unreal Engine. And then into the future from that, Unity as well too. And Unity's with that purchase of Weta, and and that big thing with Apple that I posted on Twitter, how Apple is no longer going to sell any more Epic branded games from Epic. Now people who use Unreal Engine, which is made by Epic, can still sell their content on the Apple devices through the Apple Store. But for Epic themselves, no, they just full stop on that. So we'll see how that pans out. That's exciting. Maybe Epic bring out their own cell phone. That'd be cool. And they'll invite everybody from Android. Hello, Android. Be my friend. Lovely. Okay, so yeah. So on this here, we're also showing that I am also limited on time. Now, I have booked in time to stream on Twitch and everybody as well too, eh? So we're gonna. Oh, nice spelling. So I've got that booked in where I can do like an hour, 2 hours to stream and talk about the progression too, because we're going to be also going to be talking about into the marketing aspects of these assets too, eh? So it's great to make them, but how are you going to use them and how are you going to sell them, right? Wow. So we're going to be getting into all that fun stuff too. So I'm limited in time, and I guess you could say I am also limited on time, and no, let's stop saying I. Enough about me. Let's actually talk about the applicant. It's more about the applicant, because without the right people on the team, you know, crazy things might not get accomplished. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, So I'm actually seeking someone or a team. Now, the someone could be a person that really knows their stuff in Unreal. Unreal Engine, as well as how to make all their own creations for other people. For other people, their own creations for other people look amazing. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, someone who knows their stuff in Unreal Engine, as knows what to do and how to do things in Unreal Engine, as well as how to make all their own creations for other people look amazing. So the quality of workmanship, quality of workmanship. We want people that have a high regard for the quality of work that they do for others. That's what the second paragraph is asking. All right, and the kind of experience I'm envisioning ranges where the freelancer can take direction, plan out their steps, and see the big picture at many different angles to make that vision a reality within Unreal Engine. This visually appealing atmosphere must be flexible in its settings, so its environment can be able to tell a story all on its own just by looking at it. So yeah, so ATMOSPA atmosphere. So it is a picture of 1,000 words. Yeah, no dialogue. No dialogue. No dialogue, no characters. But for people who do know what Unreal Engine is all about, it will have actors. And an actor can be a lampshade or a table, or a pawn. And a pawn is a movable object, but not a character, not a playable character. So an actor is like a lampshade or a table, or a rock, and the pawn is something that's more valuable than the actor in Unreal Engine, but is movable. Okay, but we're going to be focusing more on the actors. For the first project. Cool. All right. Yeah, so it really is, this paragraph here is a picture of 1,000 words. And then, as you know, in Unreal Engine, it's a 3D environment. So from many angles, you just pan the camera around and it just looks great. And that can be attributed to the lighting, the big emphasis on lighting. Okay, so moving along here. So get our notepad. So the effective communication verbally and in written English is required, as well as being open to more than one interpretation. So if changes do arise, these changes can be made with tactfulness. Okay, so like all things in art, the eye of the beholder is always different than the creator. And that is the biggest truth in the universe. So let's write that down. The eye of the beholder is always different than that of the creator. Okay, especially during the build process. Yeah, so, and I also do this as well too. So if I'm talking about, or I'm doing something with a model and animating it, and it doesn't quite come out right, or comes out in a certain way, that could also be my own internal process to get something out, or to get feedback, you know? And I feel feedback is is just the biggest thing in the universe. Yeah, positive, neutral, and negative feedback in my universe has equal weight, right? And it is hard to not focus on the neutral or the negative feedback. Like look at YouTube. YouTube comments. You know, someone could have 100 positive comments, but the creator in their next video talks about that one single negative comment, right? It's a requirement to have anything and not be a yes man. If you surround yourself with yes men who always say yes, yes I can, yes, you're right, yes, you're right, yes, they keep like that, and you surround yourself with yes men, and you're going in the wrong direction of what your ultimate customer is willing to pay for, because you keep listening to all these yes men or women or whichever, then you'll find out that you are not going to be as successful as you think you can be, right? So getting opinions from a multitude of different people is more beneficial for you. But each person and each comment has equal weight. Or weight, if I turned my head when I said that, because I looked at Titan there, has equal weight in my universe. Because I've been on the other side of the tracks, right? And if I'm doing something and I see it's just absolutely going south, but I'm being told to keep doing it in a certain direction, I will keep doing that certain direction, but I will let that person know that I'm working with, who's ultimately paying me for this, that this might not be the best direction, and I propose maybe we try this. And if they still reject that idea and move on, at least I'll let them know what I think the right thing to do, and then still deliver what they're requesting. And then when it crashes and burns, they say, well, for more money, I could do it this way for you because you already paid me for this. And like, oh yeah, and that's a lesson learned, right? I've been that way. I've done that. All right, I am running out of water. Cool. So then getting on here, being open to more than one interpretation. So if changes do arise, be flexible enough with tact to accept these changes mid-process, that this is something we need to do, that should be done. And if I usually don't have people go on a complete 180 of what they're doing, this is why I have milestones, right? This is why you have smaller goals to get to where you need to. So with these smaller goals, and you can actually come across something that oh, interesting, I'm getting messages. Oh, I got sidetracked. By having these milestones, you give yourself as the client to see if the freelancer is in the right direction, and then you explain why. Okay, I want you to do it this way, please and thank you. And if they say, okay, well, this is what you told me to do, and then as the person who offers, you acknowledge, you know, that's exactly right. That is the way I did request you to do it. But because of this, and I will give a reason why this direction is better off, I do want you to do it this way, but keep that file handy in case we do revert back to it. And you know, in the beginning process, everyone's prone to mistakes. You can always make a mistake, right? On both sides of the fence. And being as a freelancer, still a freelancer, and then hiring people, and I've hired people before for jobs, which I'm doing like in this example here. I know what it's like on both sides, so I try to be sympathetic with regards to an opinion you might have on a project, right? Yeah, so, but if there's a change that we do need to make, please accept the change, and then we'll both be tactful about it, and then we'll keep the process going, right? And then if we see on the next milestone that really was the wrong thing to do, then we can always go back, right? And then we just keep the process going. It's not saying I'm right. It's not that. It's not saying that I'm right. It's the fact that we need to go through the weeds to find the right thing that'll be great for the ultimate paying client, the person that we're going to be, like, say, reselling to, or using our asset, or using our environment. It's what they need as well too, eh? Right. And then we just roll with the punches. And then when we show in a real world environment that we can do this, and we can work with changes, and we can work with alterations and whatnot as well too, especially when the ultimate client says we have to do this, then we will be requested for a rehire, right? Because we're cohesive and we understand each other. That's what's really huge for me. Yeah. Okay. So the moods and feelings we're trying to achieve with the use of textures, meshes, materials, blueprints, and lighting. Exponential height fog and post-process volume with the new Unreal environment is of great importance. Yeah, so this, all it is a pre-qualifier to, if you understand what these mean in Unreal Engine. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. Exponential height fog, yes, of course. Post-process volume, yes, especially when you're making different atmosphere. Like you would use, as an example, post-process volume is, say you're walking outside in game, and then you walk indoors. That atmosphere will feel different, emitting a separate kind of emotion. Like, or maybe a better example is it's an indoor environment, and you're walking on the main level, and then you open up a door, and it leads down to a jewelry base. Post-process volume allows you to adjust the atmospheric settings in the basement to make it feel more eerie or more happy or joyous, you know, based on the feeling of walking into this new atmosphere, which is still in the same environment. Yeah, so that's kind of like a pre-qualifier for that. And I'm gonna cough, so hang on. Okay, cool. What was it, Friday? I was watching a stream and they're in VR chat, and all of a sudden they had a coughing fit, and like I had to like turn down the volume. It's like, oh no, I wish they just muted themselves. Anyway, so ultimately we're looking for a freelancer or a team that can deliver the entire Unreal Engine environment package by. So this is more of a pre-qualifier as well too. But this is one thing I wanted to talk about with the team aspect. So say, for example, you're an artist and you're using Unreal Engine as an example, and you're really good at lighting. Like, oh my goodness, you can light a scene and it just knocks your socks off every single time. But you're really good at lighting. You're not that great at modeling. Like, say, for example, if I say you're walking down a corridor and it leads to a spiral set of stairs that leads to an ominous upper level, you know, as a description. And you're like, well, modeling a spiral set of stairs? I can light it. So this is where you could team up with, or you're already in a team or agency that already has a full complement that can put the whole package together. And that would be great as well. But I also would hire an individual freelancer that touches on and works on every skill. Like although in my ad I have you are at expert level, I understand that you could also be a jack of all trades and you know how to put things together. I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to put things together, but I know enough that I need to hire out for other people to do something better than I do. I have this really strong philosophy to always hire people smarter than me. Always hire someone smarter than me. Exactly. So, where's my notepad here? So yeah, so you can be a sole individual as a jack of all trades in UE, or be a part of a greater team that will, yeah, you can see it on screen, that will all work on this project at the same time as time allows. And as time allows, that means that I'm sympathetic if you have like 4 other projects on the go and you can only offer like, say, 8 to 10 hours a week. I understand that. That's why I have milestones, right? Cool. So if it takes you like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to do a particular something, it's like, okay, so we know the timeline for doing this in 3 weeks. So 3 weeks it is, right? So now you're not under the gun, under the pressure. It makes, oh my goodness, I gotta get this done in 3 days. No. We already stipulated with each other how long these milestones will be between each other, right? And then what the expectations are of the milestones before you move to the next one, right? Right. So, oh, it will let me scroll. Okay. So yeah, so you don't have to know all 4. Cinema 4D, Blender, or May. You could just only use Blender. You could only use, at your preference, free software. Everything's free. Lovely. It's the output that I'm interested in. It's your output that that's close to realistic for this job that I'm most interested in. So if everything you use is all free software, go for the all free software. Or if it's paid software, you got your 7-day trial or 30-day trial or something along those lines, right? Cool. I'm super good with that. Yeah. So use of already made textures and materials. That just means that if you have Substance Painter, you can use their already existing portfolio of textures, the free ones if you want, because everything could be lighted certain ways and whatnot too. So don't feel like you have to go buy a bunch of assets. Please don't. Just to get this project done, just to impress me. If I've seen this this amazing stuff with all free stuff, you know? So please do not go out there and buy a bunch of materials or buy a bunch of textures. Please don't. Please don't don't buy them, and just use the free ones. And the free ones, stuff that's already ready made, like and coloring and all that, like go for it. Like stuff that's already done. That's fine. I am so good with that, and I would not expect you to go out and buy assets just to go get this project done. Use blueprint classes to run the environment to allow for end user selections. Blueprints. Okay, so we're going to jump to Unreal Engine here. So this is a blueprint. Titan right now. This is the blueprint used to power Titan. So you see he's moving his head around and all that good stuff. Just to get it going. And see how nice and simplified this is. Things are kind of in their own little sections, and it's not all crazy town. So we're gonna zoom in a bit. Yeah. So this is Titan right now that you're looking at. He looks a little choppy, probably because I got all this software running in the background. But this is through the iPhone. So hi iPhone, who's powering the head movement and the mouth and all that, using Apple's ARKit 52 blend shapes and whatnot too. So, but what I wanted to show was how organized this is, and it's also showing other aspects that that are being driven, and even ones that aren't being used at all right now too. Excuse me. But it's all beautifully laid out. It's easy to read. So if I want, like, say for example, Titan's his head, or even the roll, like the roll of his head, like when you roll it around, these are all settings that are adjustable, right? And this is all I've set up here. But if I ever had to go back to this in an instant, I know exactly where to go. And then when things get maybe a little more complicated, where you get into functions and you're adding more variables, things like that, that's fine. Like in the future, I expect macros and functions, but I can understand those too, eh? And I actually even I have a subscription to Skillshare, and I've actually on Skillshare itself, I take some of those courses in that, and I actually took a course on there on Unreal Engine 5 blueprints, which works for Unreal Engine 4, and his stuff was like really good, and he really dove deep on using macros and that and making a basic game with it, and that was a lot of fun. So that was a really good class to take on share. Yeah. So for blueprints, please have them organized like this. Please. For the love of all things. And what the red lines means is that this is what's being powered right now. The iPhone is feeding into the sequence, which is feeding into the motion of Titan. This is what this is. But this is just showing an example of what I would like to see blueprints look like, because they can really get scrambled and messed up, especially with the lines. It really starts to look like spaghetti. Yeah. Oh yeah. And here's where I was just adjusting some of his settings and that too, so to exemplify his mouth and his jaw movements more. Yeah. Oh yeah. And here we're getting into his upper neck rotation and all that, and all this is being called, like, look organized that is. That's organized. This is what I'm looking for. Organization like this. If it gets a little complicated, just spread it out. You have a lot of space to move things around in, so use the space. Cool. All right, so that's the blueprints. So I wanted to show that and show all that good stuff. Okay, so moving along. What are we doing here? We are here. Cool. Yeah. Knows the difference between actor, pawn, and character. So we can actually just quickly show this. So we'll pull up Titan. Hello! So just right click here. Blueprint class. So actor, pawn, character. An actor is an object that we placed or spawned in the world. A pawn is an actor that can be possessed. It receives input from a controller. And a character is a type of pawn that includes the ability to walk around. There you go. So that's what that means. Close that. Oh, I froze. Oh, I guess I didn't like that. Oh, well, that's fine. Cool. Cool beans. Now, how much of this? Yeah, I guess it was like that. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Knows how to direct human emotions by setting the mood with directional point, spot, rectangular, and skylights. There's going to be a lot of emphasis on lighting the environments. So it's setting up the environments, getting anything actually put in there and whatnot, but setting up the environments themselves with the proper lighting is what conveys a sense of anticipation, a sense of excitement, a sense of knowing that you're going to go into this area here and you're going to do well or not do so well, right? It's all about driving the emotions. Okay, with great lighting. Environmental optimization, expenditure is CPU, GPU. Yep. So we're not looking at the high 98% or 88% GPU. That's just my computer. All right, we're going to minimize him. Cool. And yeah. And the use of Unreal 5, use of lumen and emissive lighting in the Unreal 5 universe would be nice but not required. So we're not going to talk about too much of this here. It's just emissive lighting is like, say, for example, having a globe and it radiates light, and you can choose the color of that radiation of light, which can affect mood. But a lot of companies and businesses are still using in Unreal Engine 4, because Unreal Engine 5 is still in early access, so they're not putting a lot of manpower into that. But knowing this would be nice. And yeah, so the goal of this Unreal Engine environment is for this environment's use in either a broadcast, production, film, Unreal Marketplace, or a AAA game due to its close to realism and visual execution. So yeah, so this is also interesting too. There's a lot of great talented artists out there who use Unreal Engine, and some of the things that they don't do is that they don't actually release their content that they've already made on the marketplace. So I have an account on the Unreal Engine Marketplace, And I also have an account on the Unity asset marketplace as well. So in the beginning, we're going to be working on the Unreal Marketplace, because that's where the people in my Dream 100 buy their assets from. As well as we're going to be doing specialized custom work for other companies. And these other companies could also be involved with other companies. Like there's in the film industry, there's a lot of in-between middlemen to get to a big company, and then we'll be dealing with like those people there. So big company A tells their reliable source, hey, I need to get this done. We have X amount of time. And then that source gets a hold of us and say, oh, I need this in such a time, minus a day. And I'm like, okay, so we can do that. So we're going to be making environments and other production value assets for them, as well as we're going to be making environments for the Unreal Marketplace to sell, right? And also for companies that are making games. These assets can be made for games, and they'll have like full rights. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about too, is that this will have to have full resale rights. Release full resale rights to us of your work. Okay, so full resale rights to us for your work, because we are doing work for other people. Think of it as like there's freelancers and that, like the Fiverr thing, where for you buy a gig on Fiverr and they complete the gig, you have full rights to do what you need to do with what you've purchased, right? So it's going to be the same thing here. We need full release rights to us of your work, and that'll be in the proposal, right? That'll be in the contract. Cool. Yeah, and then the output of this Unreal Engine environment is delivered as a U project, etc., etc., etc. So I'm just saying that this is the type of file format I'm going to be looking at, and I need to be able to run this completely in its entirety on my computer. So if it runs on my computer with everything of your assets, we're good to go. Cool. Now, support documentation outlining environmental assets that can be adjusted from the world outliner, details, and world settings. What I'm talking about is over here. So we're going to jump to Unreal Engine. We're going to go to our main window. So I'm talking about the details page here. Oh, my big head is in the way. Okay, maybe I'll make Titan disappear for a second. Hang on. There. Okay. So we're talking about all the adjustments in the detail page. Through blueprints, you can add selections, though I need to know about those, as well as if you change any of the parameters in any of this stuff here. Like, say, for example, like this is grayed out because I have the camera selected, but let's select Titan. There we go. Okay, so if we change anything here, I have to have documentation of what those changes are, right? So clothing type, yeah, we're going to be making clothing for our guys as well. But here's all the default stuff. If you make any selections default, I kind of need to know about that, right? And if you add additional assets or additional selections, I definitely need to know about that as well. Okay, so let's select our camera again. Cool. And let's get Titan going here again. Wrong one. There I am. Okay, cool. So yeah, so those things, and the world outliner, which is this up here, the world outliner, and the details, the world outliner, and what was that other one? Get back there, you. And then the overall world settings. Yeah. So let me view it. Window, content browser, developer tools. Widget? No, world settings. See, I've been playing around in Unreal Engine 5 for a while. Now I'm back into Unreal Engine 4 powering. Hey, what happened to Titan? Oh, that's because I have this selected. Yeah, okay. There we go. It doesn't seem like it when I select menu items. But anyway, yeah, so world outliner, the overall world settings, and the details. And the world settings is like another tab. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5's moved a lot of their stuff around. But anyway, yeah, so if you made any overall changes to your environment or to the characters, to the assets, I need to know about it. That's all that is. That's all that is. And yeah. So here's the real biggie. Here's the biggie. Real big stuff. Like huge. We're gonna make some extra space for this one. Alright. I am very excited to work with the right freelancer or team. Please include a personalized cover letter with an overview of design philosophy, examples of your previous portfolio work, and why working with me sounds interesting and exciting to you as well. 50% of the way to my selection process will be on submitted, engaging, and delightful cover letters outlining your design philosophy, examples, and why you are the best fit. Cool! Okay, so I'm going to take a break here, and then when I come back for the break, I'm going to show you great examples that I've already received, minus the names, from Upwork, as well as ones that aren't so great. All right, so I'm going to go on a quick little be right back, and I will be right back, and we're going to go over the great responses and not so great responses. I shall return.
I'm restless, so give me something to do. Yeah, I can't stay here because I need to dance. Jump around and show them how I move. Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight, and I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid party. Tear the ceiling down in front of everybody. If someone's pouring up a drink, I'm calling shawty. I'm gonna find a crowd so I can put it on me. Swinging from the chandeliers, I won't be sorry. I got a feeling I'm gonna crash into this party. I'm just an accident waiting to happen like. Stop, yeah, I can't wait to hear that bass drop, yeah.
All right, we're back. Let's get back to it. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, we're powered up. Yeah. So let's get into the not so great responses. We're gonna have a second look examples of cover letters for Unreal Engine Environment Creator. Okay. So with a little bit of context here, we're gonna jump back over to our web browser. So the questions I asked is, besides being an ongoing project, will you be asked to answer the following questions when submitting a proposal? Please include a website link to your portfolio. And what challenges were overcome from your last project when creating that Unreal Engine environment? Okay, so, and 50% of the weight in my selection process will be submitted on engaging and delightful cover letters outlining your design philosophy, examples, and why you are the best fit. All right, so get ready for, I hate to say it, a bit of a level of disappointment. So I did not include their location and I did not include their name, but this is what they wrote or did not write. And example number 1. Link 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a hyphen. They didn't answer them. They didn't answer it. So this got archived, snapping my fingers, right away. Yeah. That's it. That this is exactly what they put. It was link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4, link 5. They were like, it wasn't me typing in the word link. This is what they had. And this is what they submitted to me. I was like, whoa. All right, so wow. Okay, so that was example number 1. Example number 2, get ready to be underwhelmed, is a hyphen. So no link, not even text, with a link to the portfolio and what challenges overcome in their last project creating an Unreal Engine environment, another hyphen. But they did include this. They said, you have a very interesting and unusual project, and I would like to speak with you about it. Let's see if we're a mutual match. So, out of curiosity, I replied to this one. And I'm going to include what their reply was back to me. So I'm going to paste that here. So, let's make some room. Hang on a second here. I got to find them. Where did they go? Where are you? Where'd you go, person? Okay. Oh, actually, this was the one I explicitly replied to. Okay. Oh. And then the reply to what I greatly enhanced what I was talking about. So, okay. So, this part here is my reply to, you have an interesting and unusual project. So this is from Titan. Okay, and paste. So this is what I said back after this. And I said, thank you for your thoughtful reply. Be cordial. If you see we're a mutual match, this will be an ongoing project after successful first completed paid project. An example of a first project would be Santa's Workshop, complete with accessory actor and pawn props, but no Unreal Engine characters in this delightfully well-lit environment. An example of this well-lit environment is this Thomas Kincaid painting on canvas. Let's go there now. Let's pull that up. Let's pull up that painting. Let's go to that painting. So, this is showing as an example of what I'm looking for. Okay? And this is done with paint on canvas. Totally 2D because it's paint on canvas. There we go. So this is what I showed as an example. And this is the ultimate example. This is something that if someone really went all out and they went really all out, this is not the level of detail I would be expecting. But this is the level of detail that I'm sending through my interview process of what people's replies are. I want to see and hear their replies to showing them this picture in this much level of detail, because I'm weeding out the person. I've already pre-qualified you for having the skills to do it. Now it's the other 50% seeing this is the type of person I want to work with. I would not expect this level of detail or a number of objects and whatnot in my Santa's workshop, right? And Santa's workshop because Christmas is coming, right? Okay, this is what I showed, and I showed this to a few people here, and this person. Then I kept going. Where am I? Where am I? Here we go. Okay, so there's the link. This canvas painting, this is what I kept writing to this individual. This canvas painting lightens the mood of comfort, happiness, and warmth. But most of all, the single painting conveys the anticipation of joy for Christmas to come. So I'm looking for lightens the mood and conveys the, right? So looking for mood that conveys the. That's huge, okay? And I spent a long time writing this single line. Okay, now imagine this painting in Unreal Engine leveraging Unreal's environmental assets. Realistically, this painting was months in development and it was made using paints and a canvas. What I am seeking is an environmental creator that can deliver the complete package with little guidance, who can envelop the same emotional response for the end user and viewer. This environmental scene would be assembled and lit in Unreal Engine by you, so the Unreal Engine camera can be placed anywhere in the scene with the ability to add additional assets where and when needed by the end user. And I'm talking about the AAA game manufacturer or the film producer or whatever, right? So they have the ability to make changes on their own. Your range of talent spans outside, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then the time you have invested in this further review will be based on solid foundation we both build upon to really create the best visual experiences for your future customers and viewers. Actually, I'm going to say this. Your range of talent spans outside your range of talent spans outside of just Unreal Engine with such an explainer video as your profile greatly focuses on. So I would like for you to still consider this project. Okay, so I'm going to explain what this line means. The person I sent an invitation to, they work in Unreal Engine based on my assumption, looking at the existing projects that are currently being worked on by this freelancer and previous work they've done before in Unreal Engine. Okay, so they know about lights and camera placement and things like that, making these explainer videos. And there's multiple people making explainer videos on Upwork, right? Who work in Unreal Engine. Just this person shot like a beacon, right? And whatnot. And then I said thank you. Okay, so yeah, here's example 3. So this is the reply to what I took a long time to write to them. This is their reply. Okay, so let me scroll down. Oh, and I don't know if they were on their cell phone or whatnot, but they were typing out one line at a time. So I'm going to do it one line at a time. So this is their or actually say freelancers. Reply to my above paragraphs. Here we go. Okay, so this is their first reply from this freelancer. Boop. You know what I'm concerned about? Your work is about art, and art means constant, minute details, revisions. Okay. And then the next line. Whereas industrial explainers are straightforward. Yes. I saw that. And then this one confused me. Okay, there's only one type of metal, the gray metallic kind. I was so confused by this, and I still am. There's only one type of metal, the gray metallic kind. This is a cryptic reply I got from a freelancer that I saw as an expert in their field that I'd be willing to work with. And then they added one more line. One more line. So I think this would be an extremely time-intensive project. Wow. So I think I set myself up for this one. I really did. Because their reply to me was a hyphen for sending a website link to your portfolio and a hyphen for what challenges you overcome when creating Unreal Engine. But they've worked in it before when creating these. And I think I set myself up when they said, you have a very interesting and unusual project, etc., etc. And I think that it invoked an emotion in me that I wanted to explain further what I was expecting, right? Which I did. So then to come back at this, saying this is an extremely time-intensive project, obviously, this is why I'm hiring freelancers. Exactly. And I'm respecting people's time on working this project. So I replied. Now, I wrote this in Word, so my reply in Word, and then I pasted it into my reply, so all my lines are like there's no spaces in paragraphs, so I'm going to copy this. You know, I'm trying to be transparent, because I'm trying to attract the right people, right? So I'm going to copy this. So this is my reply to that. My reply, Titan's reply. Okay, I'm just going to paste the whole thing. Okay, thank you for your quick reply to my reply. There is no micromanagement because I too am a 3D artist of the animal kind. It would not hover your shoulder, so to speak. I have been there. I know that feeling. You as one of my experts, because at this point when I was writing this, I was still thinking of working with them, right? So you as one of my experts would be allowed the freedom to do what you do best, and that is to create. That is 100% true. You cannot micromanage a creator. A creator needs to have the room and the space to create their work. And that's why they are a creator. You need to respect the creator for being creative, for even doing the work for you, right? And I've seen so many employers, even looking at other listings here on Upwork, where they just want to do like a one and done, or if there is something ongoing, that they think themselves as the employer hiring an employee. You're not hiring an employee, you're hiring a freelancer whose time is very important to them. And they have a dollar value to the time involved. Okay, and to begin, the project would have defined parameters. Then there would be milestones. Any guidance from me would be at these milestone junctions, because I would allow my creators the freedom to do what they do best, and that is to create. And after this, from this freelancer, I got no reply, nothing back. But I'm leaving it open. I want no more, right? So I think I set myself up for failure for approaching this person here by moving just these 2 ticks. But I like the fact they said it was a very interesting and unusual project. That was humanizing to me, and I wanted to reply from that. Right, so extensive reply, and then one line at a time. I think they were on a cell phone or something. They said freelancers. You know what I'm concerned about. Your work is about art, and art means constant, minute details, revisions. Whereas industrial explainers are straightforward. There's one type of metal, the gray metallic kind, which I'm still confused about. So I think this would be an extremely time-intensive project. But if they're going to communicate in this way and speak in metaphors, and especially doing emails and chat where you don't understand what they're trying to convey. So I realistically, I asked for clarification, and they haven't replied. But I've kept it open. I just want to see what can happen from this. Anyway, moving along. So that was example number 2. Okay, and then example number 3. Please include a website link. No link, of course. And this was the reply to what challenges were overcome from your last project in creating and that Unreal Engine environment. I have no project challenges. That was the reply. I'm like, boop, archived. Bye. Holy cow. So yeah. So, and these are people that all requested the full 1,000. Each one. They requested the full 1,000, and this is it. And there was no cover letter or anything. This is all they put. I have no project challenges. I have no challenges whatsoever. I can do it all, and that is it. Unbelievable. But the funniest one so far had to been this one. All they put was link 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a hyphen for that. That was just rich. Oh, okay, I'm gonna save that because I have copies of all this stuff here. All right, so why don't we get to close to great examples? All right, so let's move on to that. So let's go to our happy place. We are going into our happy place now. Close to great. These are worth a second look of cover letters for Unreal Engine Environment Creator. I was impressed. And with these people here, I've continued the conversation because I still need to hire 3 freelancers. Okay, I haven't hired them yet, but wait till you see what I got back here. And this, as a viewer here watching the stream or pre-recorded or whatever, how it can still be open that you can still apply and maybe have a shot of actually getting a freelance gig with me, a freelance job. Yeah, and then have something ongoing. Now let's go through it. So let's go to example number 1. Are we getting some happy music? I like happy music. Now, no more of that for now. All right, so example 1, please include, oh yeah, so this is where I was doing the bad list first. So this is where I just used link on these guys, and because if I show you the link, they'll know who I'm talking about. And I just want to show these as examples as educational learning experience. All right, okay. Example 1, languages, fluent English. Okay, what challenges were overcome from your last project when creating that Unreal environment? Here we go. Managing to keep the original version I had for the project while juggling through the technical obstacles of setting up good shaders for the water system, making sense of a lot of different assets that may or may not fit together, as well as adjusting the lighting in conjunction with the fog. Being that Unreal is a real-time engine, sometimes the limitations feel like the creative part of your brain fighting against the technical side, balancing what you have for the project and what you can realistically achieve in a set frame, as well as learn something new every time you want things to look better, closer to your idea, and pushing yourself to the better, not giving up. That was my experience with my last Unreal project. Boom! That was awesome! Alright, and there's more! Hi! First of all, I hope you're doing well in these difficult times. Hi, I'm freelancer name, recent graduate in video game design, and I would like to apply for the role of environment creator you are requesting. I've been mesmerized by the description of the job, well, flattery does go somewhere, and so I couldn't let the opportunity of sending my application pass. What a great line. I could let the opportunity of sending my application pass. They see value in their talents and doing something for a project that might add value to their portfolio and repertoire. Oh yeah, because even though I would have the resale rights, you would still be credited as a person for doing this and this and this or that and that and that, right? Like come on, transparency, guys, transparency. Okay, moving along. As a video game designer, all the work I've done has been focused on creating environments that reflected sensations or experiences of mine onto the player, so they could be, even for a moment, in the beautiful worlds that I daydream of, or the bizarre and strange places sometimes I find myself in dreams. When I create an environment, I don't want it to be just a place, space to be filled or watched, but a sensation in itself. A little journey, here let's move up, a little journey to the bottom of my thoughts and of the player. That's what makes environment creation so awesome in my eyes. Boom! And why it's one of my favorite parts of the game design process. After reading how you describe how you want these environments created so that the animals can live in them, I just thought this might be a great opportunity to put once more my creative process to work and enjoy a cool project. Wow! In terms of experience with Unreal, I have used Unreal Engine 4 as well as Unreal Engine 5. I'm more focused in 5 at the moment. Well, that's okay. Spelling mistakes happen. You should proofread. But I'm a horrific speller, so okay. That's why when I get released to our client, we go through everything. Okay, so for projects in and out of college, as well as teaching as a tutor for adults, the basics of a lot of Unreal Engine systems, from basic usage to light system to basic blueprints. I would put a link to my portfolio, not only of Unreal, but of all my work, so you can judge for yourself if I can fit well in your team. Thanks for your attention and have a nice day. This applicant was shortlisted in a heartbeat for follow-up, but they don't have the job yet. Okay, so let's look at another example. But if they are able to do this, invoke positive emotions, especially when they're using elements of my ad from Upwork in the reply, that goes over big. All right? Okay, so you ready? Drum roll. Let's go to so almost great example number 2. Example 2. Please include a website link to your portfolio. Currently, I'm working on a music video for one of my clients, and there are 3 scenes in it. The first one I just recently completed is as follow as a private link included. Other than that, I am working in a UK movie producer for an upcoming production. The work is still underway. However, I have an online portfolio of my Unreal Engine based work, which I've been doing as my personal projects. Few of them I have listed down for review. You can, however, go through the whole Instagram profile of mine for other works as well. Language is English fluent. So I go through my entire profile on Instagram. I went through probably 3 scrolls. Like I clicked on probably 4 things for each scroll, full page scroll. So there you go. All right. So what challenges were overcome from the last project when creating that Unreal environment? Every project comes with its own challenges, although to date I never faced such a challenge as when creating Unreal Element environments, as most of my clients are very helpful in providing details and references. So they're saying that because they were able to effectively communicate with their client, they haven't faced such a challenge. It could be, fluffing that up a bit. Even when I know what to do and I watch a video on how to do it on YouTube, I still mess it up. It's okay. They'll get weeded out during the interview process. However, a potential challenge that I always foresee is if the client is not really sure how the environment has to be and what story is supposed to deliver. Communication. So this applicant is big on communication. Love it. And then they get into their full cover letter. A very good day to you, sir. Saw your very comprehensive job posting details and has taken my attention when you're mentioning Unreal Engine environments. I am an expert and pro in Unreal Engine cinematics. The bigger part of my work goes into building environments in Unreal Engine, and that is my natural inclination to work with. Everything about cinematics is by and large dependent on where you're making your shots. As in movies, the phrase goes location, location, location. That is so true. That is exactly how each project of mine with my clients related to cinematics goes about. I first made sure that I understood the overall vision and theme of what my client has in his mind. And yes, I do ask for references from my client to clearly understand the details involved, and then I take from there. Lovely! Recently, I am working on a music video that's totally being done in Unreal Engine with client engagement. A mere script was given to me to understand the mood of the scene. It was a war scene. I would like to share with the result and the link. Okay, a lot went into this scene with special effects and sound sync. And sound cinch. Okay, for me, the story is very important to build the environment. Every story has its own mood, and if you don't have the environment accordingly, your story will deliver the effectiveness it is supposed to give across to its audience. Music is another big part of my work. Right music with the right intensity is what elevates the environment, and I personally try to choose it for my clients. Yeah. I only use Quixel Bridge for Megascans. Perfect, it's built in Unreal Engine 5. I think it's just 5. Anyway, the library is best suited for all kinds of environments with its PBR textures and photogrammetry-based real-world scan 3D assets. Perfect, especially when I was talking about real-world environments. I also use Mixer from Quixel for textures optimized and textures creation, as well as applying the best textures 3D assets for use. So they already know how to use existing elements. Perfect. Hang on, cough. I have returned. Okay, moving on. On the other hand, Engine 4 and 5, I have comprehensive practical exposure to post-processing, lovely, lighting systems, some blueprints in Unreal Engine, and of course, without them, you literally can't do much in Unreal Engine 4, and that is also not doing justice with a beast, which Unreal Engine 4 is famous for. Oh yeah, you can't see what I'm saying there. Okay. Yeah, I'm also certified by Upwork for my 3D modeling animation skills, which further adds to which further adds to the authenticity of my skills. I am not a wordsmith. I truly believe that I can meet your expectations to the fullest, as I am a flexible person to deal with and always open to new ideas. Lovely! You can work in a team. I think it would be nice to touch base and discuss more details for your job posting. Looking forward to hearing from you. Best regards, their name. Lovely. This was a great cover letter, and they were shortlisted. Right on. But not hired yet. Not hired yet. Okay, so let's go to the third example. And the third example of a so close great cover letter is... Please include a website link. Yeah, so they put in a link. Now, this person profile states this freelance has made $0 from Upwork, but if I still... Okay, this is huge. Okay, this person is brand new to Upwork. They've done no work in Upwork yet, because you can see how many dollars that they have made on Upwork. And a lot of people, they gravitate to seeing, oh, they've already made $100,000 on Upwork, and I just want that, right? This person has made $0 in Upwork, and there's someone I still shortlisted because of what they said. All right, so if you've never been on Upwork and you create a new profile, I will still read it. All right, I will still read it. So. Okay, so let's see what this applicant's freelancer said. What challenges were overcome from your last project when creating that Unreal Engine environment? As you know, Unreal Engine 4 is very vast and has a bit of a learning curve. Creating master materials for props, vegetation, and landscape was difficult for me to grasp initially. This is awesome. I do want to know things like this about an applicant, where there was some challenge that they had, and how did they overcome that challenge? I had created all the environments in my free time, after office hours, and on many occasions during weekends. Let me reread that, because it's a quality line. I had created all the environments in my free time, after office hours, and on many occasions during weekends. Let's give the person some justice. But all these challenges helped me get deeper into Unreal Engine. I still have a long way to go to be called an expert, and I am confident I can deliver the desired quality in time. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I am an engineering graduate with specialization in computer science. I have been gaming since I was 8 years old. Playing Mortal Kombat 4 for the first time in my life drew me towards gaming as a holiday. When I played Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, this is time when I had decided to get into this industry. This is time when I had decided to get into this industry. I was interested in doing art and programming. I was interested in doing art and programming both. But with time, I interest and aptitude grow towards art more. Cool. I can create any prop, set or environment with realistic texturing. Create props, vegetation, and environments, and delivering the output with the expected quality on time is my specialty. Now, they're recent graduates, so they don't have a real specialty yet. They're probably still figuring themselves out on the industry, so that's okay. We'll give this line a pass. All the models I create have clean topology and virtually near zero triangles. Hey, optimization. The UV maps I've created by keeping best practices in mind. Similarly, in Unreal Engine 4, I always keep material nodes clean and well organized. Thank you. They are also parameterized for easy changes in the details panel. I have done all the texturing work in Substance Painter, but also want to do texturing in Photoshop from time to time. After all the project details are shared with me, I will carry out all the necessary research, collect references, define all the necessary milestones, start blockouts, and create the alpha, beta, and final version. And lastly, we'll carry out all the necessary updates as and when required. I am open to feedback and criticism and will happily make the necessary changes as and when required. I'm looking forward and excited to work with you. Shortlisted. So this person is in the interview process as well too. Wow. Like, wow. So in my humble opinion, these 3 applicants are better than me just by reading this. And I'll tell them that. When I go through the interview, I'm going to tell them that. Your qualifications exceeds my own, and I really appreciate that. Now, tell me this, and then I'll get into some of the details, right? So that's got me really excited. But this job position is still open. I have not hired anyone yet. Not yet. So, if you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube or Trovo or Facebook or wherever this may be, please head on over to Upwork. And if you feel after watching this stream and this video, you might be a great applicant as a freelancer for doing some work with me, I would love to hear from you. Okay? Now for these streams here, I'm going to be focusing a lot on marketing. I'm going to be doing a lot of marketing, building my Dream 100, and then just chatting about the industry in general. Devin Nash is an influence on me, and I really appreciate what he's done, and I want to emulate some of the things he's done because he is someone I look up to as an expert in his field, and I want to be successful in our fields, and I want the people I work with to be successful along with us. Okay? Cool. So, why don't we head over to Twitch? Because I want to show you where you can apply. Boop, there we go. So, yeah. So, let's head over to our friend Twitch. Twitchy! Okay. So, if you're watching this on Twitch, oh, we better mute this person quick. Yeah, it's already muted. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to my channel here. My channel. Awesome. Nope. Let's try to sync up. Okay. So we scroll down. Or we'll scroll up to past my ears. So here's the About Titan. Okay. Oh, I better mute me. Oh my god, this is confusing me. Okay. I'm gonna pause me. Okay, I am paused. that was Inception, man. Okay, so all right, so the About Titan the Great Dane, you click on the I'm hiring, on the I'm hiring, and then it comes through. Yeah, and here it is. And then since I'm already logged in, it's for editing, but here you could sign up for Upwork, and if you're already on Upwork, feel free to apply. And yeah, why don't you put your Twitch handle in too, but in your cover letter, so I can see that you watched this. Eh? I might even put a little more weight to someone who's actually watched this video, this stream, when I'm reviewing it. Okay, this is really exciting. I'm really excited to start this journey with some great people and some great teams. So, oh yeah. So yeah, got 14 proposals. Interviewing 8, and but I haven't hired anyone yet. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. If you know Unreal Engine and you're a good modeler and you're great with environments, I want to hear from you. All right, perfect. So, excellent. So, yeah, so let's go raid somebody. Who are we going to go raid? I don't know. Who do we see over here we want to go raid? Why don't we go to LL Cooled It. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, I have to approve myself to chat. Excellent. So yeah, so go apply. Go apply for this job. I want to hear from you. Do it. Do it now. Alright, so trade LL and boom. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, I guess I should stop the music. Alright, cool.